Okay, good evening to everybody. Welcome to this Monday night training. We'll start off with just discussing some things about the Impact Summit 2025, and then I'll move on to a session on AI and what it can do for your business. Just a few things I can share from my side, and I'll open the floor to if anybody else is using it as well. Just to start off with, I made some notes at the summit, so I don't want to go through all of my notes, but I'll just pick one key takeaway. And maybe the best takeaway I can give you guys tonight is that while I was taking notes, I started just while I was taking notes, I started looking at the way I was doing things and how could I improve what I was doing. For example, using the products, just the 3 daily success habits, using the products. I basically buy all the individual products out of the Pro Vitality pack, and then I try to stagger it, so I've always got in stock and that sort of thing. But it takes a lot of time to actually package that for the week, or to run to each container every morning um to actually pack that for myself. So I started thinking maybe I'm just thinking about it all wrong, because it's not as duplicatable. Firstly, somebody else coming into the business might not want to actually uh, they might not want to buy 5 different products and open each one every day, or pack it once a week or whatever. It might just be simpler for them to use that convenient Pro Vitality pack. And that's one of the reasons that I should actually rather just use Pro Vitality and not the individual products. Other reasons why I think it would be a good move to change my strategy to just using Pro Vitality as a all-in-one thing. And that is the Pro Vitality and the shake. But Pro Vitality specifically is because it's pre-packed for me, so that's obviously a time saver. It's easier to share with people, because now I have to go and buy 100 of these. I don't think I have any of these containers close to me, but it's these little small pill vials, the 10, 20s, and 30s that you get. And then I've got to package those, and I've got to worry about, because I always like to have my things professionally packaged. So I look for stickers and who can print stickers for me. It just becomes a pain, whereas Neolife's already done all that for us. And I think sometimes I try to overcomplicate things. So I was just sort of critiquing my own process. Something that Hazel said to me as well, because I told her about this earlier, and she said to me that the Formula 4 Plus is also a good alternative to Pro Vitality, especially for if you have a prospect or a customer that maybe wants to try it out and they can't afford the Pro Vitality. Formula 4 Plus would be a bit of a cheaper alternative. Um, and then I looked at the Pro Vitality and Shake, and I thought to myself, it's 102 PV per month if I got my maths right there. So that is another reason to use those two, because then I'll always hit my 100 PV target, no matter what else I do. And the last point that was a pro in using Pro Vitality and Shake over the individual products for me would be to use the essential vitamin and mineral complex, because they've enhanced the product now that it's got what was the thing that they said was extra in there that really caught my eye? I think it was a probiotic or something to that effect. And if anybody can unmute and help me with that one. Yes,
Pro
Conestane,
Vitality has digestive
digestive enzymes.
enzymes.
Yes, I got to the. Thank you. I got to the note that I made on that, just as you said it. Thanks for that, Olga. So that was the thing that really stood out for me, because I know with a lot of people that struggle with certain nutrients, the digestive enzymes could help with that. So that is maybe my biggest takeaway. I won't go through all of my notes for the Impact Summit, but I'll ask the people that have actually gone, or if you've seen any of the videos from the Impact Summit, anybody's told you about it, what stood out for you? I wonder if I can pick on Uncle Ron to get us started, because it looks like he's just about ready to speak. Uncle Ron, can you share with us what was your biggest takeaway there from the Impact Summit, please? I'll be making notes while you speak. You still muted? You still muted? Just unmute yourself. There we go.
There we go. It was the most fantastic weekend. I've never seen so much prizes, you know, being given away, and guys getting money, and we just sitting there, and looking confused. But what I really enjoyed Brandon's talk. You know, he said the secret is people duplicate. It's like a relay, a race. Pass over the baton to new people. 100 people every month. It's a mindset. And then he says there, where am I now? It was just wonderful, and it's nice always to see the people that you haven't seen for the last month, and that's the nicest part about it. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. Absolutely, it was really a full house this time. It was lots of people. I missed a couple that I was supposed to meet, but apparently they said they were there. So I said, okay, thank you very much. I'll send you the information.
Awesome. Thanks a lot for that. That's awesome. That's awesome. Guys, please remember to keep yourself muted when someone else is speaking. It's quite disruptive when they speak and you unmuted. I was just trying to find my notes again. There was a question in the chat about adding vitamin K2. That was definitely something that they said. K1 and K2 biotin. It's a long word. I'm going to try it. Phosphor. Nope, I've given up on that one. But there's a few things that they've added to it as well, and the fact that it's a capsule. So I'm not sure about vitamin K. Maybe there was other vitamin K, because if there's numbers to it, there might have been a K something else. Maybe that's what the answer to that is. But we can definitely find out about that. Anybody else for a key learning that you've taken away from the summit?
Can I just pipe in here? And
yeah, go ahead.
Everyone who has been at the summit, could you please all share something? Whatever, you couldn't have gone and come back with nothing. I'm sure everyone has something. So please do.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Olga.
Okay, Russell, I think I'll start. Good evening, everybody. Assalamu alaikum. Russell, I think I'm not sure. I think it's Brandon. When he opened up, when he said the company gives you an opportunity to grow from nothing to something, to support others and achieve their dreams and their goals. The worst thing that can ever happen to you is to have a regret, not taking the step to a better future. Your journey has begun. Be decisive and eradicate poverty and poor health. And I think if we bring that across to people, telling people, like we always say, it is your business, but you're never alone in the business. There's always going to be somebody that helps. And that came across to me very, very profound, that the company is a company of sharing, caring, and then I think it was, I enjoyed Connie's presentation tremendously. I've learned so much about the Provitality. Provitality at the moment is my #1 product that I sell. And I don't sell it in the boxes anymore. I am now decanting it by selling it in the packets, because I've got a lot of seniors, pensioners that I speak to. And I sell 5 packets, 3 packets, 10 packets. Wow, I go through 2 boxes a month now. I just started last month. And I've finished my first box for this month. I'm buying one tomorrow again. So really Provitality, and the fact that that Connie mentioned that they have actually increased the intake of the Provitality, and it's now in a capsule form. It's even more fantastic. The summit was awesome. I haven't jived in 10 years. I jived there because I just got the feeling this was just an awesome place just to be you, and to let your hair down. So yeah, I have thoroughly enjoyed myself. I am exhausted, but it is a good exhaustion. Thank you very much, Russell. Thank you, everybody that was there, everybody that supported me, my team that was there, everybody. I just loved it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks. Rashida, can I ask you a favor? When everybody gives their feedback, please choose somebody else that you remember seeing at the summit to give their feedback as well. So we don't have to jump
Okay,
back.
I'll do that, Russell. Thank you.
Okay, but Rashida, now you have to choose someone.
Hello.
That's your total. You can go ahead.
Yes. Good evening, friends. I also I must say we, because I'm not alone here. Unfortunately, there isn't much light where we are. I'm with Lorato here. We tremendously enjoyed the function. And one of the things I really liked was Rico Brown. Yeah, his presentation, his motivational talk, especially when he was talking about giving your own story, telling your own story. When he said, when you tell your story, the people will always remember your confidence. People will always remember your believability. And he also added that as you tell your story, please remember to mention, to acknowledge that you partner with Neolife. Thank you.
Awesome. Please choose somebody else you saw at the summit.
Johnny was there.
I was just about to go ahead. My take on the summit, the first phrase that really resonated with me was that nothing happens in your comfort zone. So it means in order to grow, when you feel uncomfortable, that is the time when you grow, because then you go forward and do something no matter what. Then the one learning again was to say that you must show the importance of doing 100 PV. I normally get people in the business, and yes, they sometimes do PV, sometimes they don't. And of course, that thing of showing them the importance and actually following up and saying they must actually make a list of their monthly needs, because if they don't have a list, they'll buy here and there and then say it is tough to do 100 PV. So yeah, that was something that I could take from there. And also the other eye-opener was that in Africa, direct selling has gone down 21%, but in the same period, Neolife in Africa has grown 61%, which means that we are doing something good and we are at the right time to really grow. So we must go out there and really aggressively talk to people. And the other phrase was that a larger group committing to a few simple actions every month. That is what is called consistency. So that means that we have to have a large number of people and each one doing their bit, and then that causes that consistency, and we can all grow our businesses.
Awesome. Who else was there with you that you can get some feedback from next, Johnny?
Let's check the list. Who else did I see? Lister. I'll nominate Lister.
Oh, you were going to choose me. We had a great time together, didn't we? Wow. Yeah, we were so excited. We were just joining with rubbing shoulders with the very important people there. The very important people in that row of distributors. We were a group that was jiving and dancing there in the aisle. But what stood out for me was this young lad, this young boy. He started this business, and in his matric year, he was saying that he had a vision and his vision was to become sort of a director. And then I think he went Emerald Director because he went to leadership school. And at leadership school, what he learned from, he met a lot of people out there at leadership school. But to become, to go to a leadership school, I think you need to be Emerald or something, which means that he took another step in the business from the last time that he was at one of the impact summits. And what he then said was, he's got another vision that the next time he comes back, he's going to be something like a not president's team. Well, it would possibly take him to president's team. He was saying Ruby, he would be going Ruby or something like that. But he's got a very big dream. But he says all he does, he shares the business daily. And what he also does is he shares it with a lot of young people. Obviously, all the young people that he knows, seeing that he was in matric, he finished off his matric. He then built himself a house, he said. He built himself a house and got married, I think I heard him say as well. And all that he did from the last Impact Summit that he was at and up till now to this Impact Summit. So there's a lot of growth that it must have happened with this young lad. And he's got a lot of people into the business, but he also said that he got people into the business that are in grade 10, 11, and 12, and they all want to be or become just like him, retire early. Because that is what he said. He's not looking at doing anything else but to retire in this type of business, and that's what he's doing. He's just building this business and sharing with any person that young person that he can get into the business and showing them exactly how to do it. So he's been to leadership. He's now used this leadership, whatever he learned over there, and he's teaching that to all the young people out there. And it's just like what he says is, just do it daily, share this business daily with somebody, and that's what he does, and that's why he's been so successful. And he's made quite a lot of friends with other folk in the business. And the lady on the stage was next to him. She was also at the leadership school, and she was also just basically saying what how they spent and got to know each other as well. So in this business, you will get to meet people whom you possibly don't know from anywhere, and you build sort of relationships with those people. And that's what I saw at this weekend function, the relationships that you can build as well with different people from different teams and different groups, not necessarily being Eagle Team, but any team in the Neolife business. And this is where you come to and actually rub shoulders with those type of people and build up networks with people like all different teams across Neolife. And yeah, that's about it, I think.
Awesome. I think what you're saying now actually ties in nicely for those of you that watched the Rico Brown talk of an hour ago. He actually said that as part of the prospecting process, when somebody asks you, what do, you tell them what your profession is if you have a job, and then you tell them, but I also run my own business. And he said, would you be interested in hearing more about my business? And the person says, yes. He says, well, in my business, I help people feel better, earn money, travel. But then he goes on to say, and this ties in with what you said, he goes on to say, I help people feel better, earn money, and travel, but through a community of positive people. So he also spoke to that community that you spoke about now, Lister. So that was awesome. Who else? Who will you nominate there, Lister, to go next? Who else was at the summit that you know? Okay,
Russell, Marlene Maka, and Marlene Gertse, if they want to talk.
We've got two nominated there. You guys want to talk side by side?
Hi, Marlene Gertse here. Good evening, everyone.
Evening, Marlene.
I first want to say I was very fortunate to join the summit. It's my first time. Me and my husband and everything we enjoyed, the atmosphere, the people. It was like a big family that got together, and I was really, really fortunate to be part of yours. And at my age, I've learned a lot, and I'm so sorry that I started so late, but never late. Better late than never. Yeah, so what I've learned there was that you must not say that you hope something in life. You must believe in what will happen to you. And I've made notes here and just want to read it. And it says here, start to believe in yourself. Your capabilities must come to the front and you must act. You must start working and achieve heights to get financial stability. And success must be earned and not something. And we must do something to achieve it. So in the past, normally we just accept things must fall in our lap. But if you have your own business, what I've learned is you have to do something to achieve your goals. And if there's a lot of disappointments in the process of growing, that is your stepping stones to success. And that is what is like motivating me to continue with this business. And I'm looking forward to a successful business. And as I mentioned to my husband, we're going to become millionaires soon. And I'm looking forward to that. Thank you.
Awesome. Rashida, who's the other person? It was Marlene and who?
And Marlene Maka.
Wasn't that Marlene Maka that just spoke now?
And no, that was Marlene Hertz.
Oh, okay. Marlene Maka, can you make an appearance? Okay, I don't know if other Marlene's on. Mosadinyana, you're unmuting. Were you at the summit to give feedback?
So, is there a possibility that these people would put their face on the screen so we at least what they look like them? Because we look at them like a nobody, type of thing. It's like a radio, and we've got the vision to see people, but see how excited they are when they project the story.
Yeah, thanks for that, Ngoran. If you guys do give your feedback, if you can show us what you look like, that would be great. Two people unmuted now, Edmunda and Mosadinyana. You guys want to give summit feedback or? We can hear nothing. Okay, I'm going to hit mute on you two then, and we'll go on. I see Zuki earlier on was unmuted. Okay, just stay unmuted then if you weren't at the summit or if you don't want to give comments, because otherwise we're going to think you want to say something. Zuki, you were unmuted earlier. Do you want to give your feedback?
Russell, sometimes Zuki can't speak, even though she tries to unmute because there's something wrong with her phone. So maybe you can just toss her.
Okay, let's try with one or two more then. Daphne, I know you were at the summit as well. I see you jumped to the top. We're basically asking if you've got any key learnings, that just one key learning you want to share with us. It'll be awesome. See who else do I? Giselle, let's ask you to give us some feedback. I saw you were taking lots of social media content there. Awesome.
Woo, how do I do this? Oh gosh. Russell is actually
We
difficult.
believe in you. There we go.
Oh. Hi everyone. Wow, this Impact Summit 2025 was so amazing, was super awesome. what I learned and what Rico actually spoke about on the video, on the part 2 Rico Brown video, he mentioned about actually taking your business seriously, like not like a job, but it is your company, it's your business, and actually being confident about it, not saying just, it's my business, having faith that that even wherever you are at in your business, that you take charge of it and you act professionally, you show up, and yeah. So what can I also? There is I have written down a few things. That hope is a confident expectation. Rico Brown started out with hope, and hope is the essence of all faith that we have, and just believing in yourself and believing in that there is hope and there's a possibility for yourself. There was a lot of other key. He's given us steps in how to see that we are ready for success, and also that success is a journey. It's not instant. So even if life, and I know as a young person, you sometimes feel like things need to happen instantaneously, but you need to trust in the journey and also make a significant effort to grow yourself and then also your team that you'll be growing under you or with you rather. Yeah, there's such a lot of gems, and I think the recognition and the excitement was just next level. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for that. I wonder if you can just, if you've got any stories about the journey itself to and from the summit, because oftentimes when we give feedback of the summit or the Bloemfontein event or whatever, then we tend to focus a lot on the actual event. But for me, the event starts the minute you leave your home, because so much happens on the way there. You have challenges that you overcome and you grow from those challenges. I know how to better use an Uber service now. Was there anything that happened to you that, or that happened for you, I should say rather, that you'd like to share with the team?
Heading to the summit, well, there was a lot of challenges in terms of I think mostly just getting myself to be there and be part of the team. Sorry. Being part of the to actually see myself as I am part of a whole family of Neolife, and as soon as you get there, I guess it becomes less lonely, that you understand that there's a lot of people that's with you in this business and it's not you by yourself. Yeah, that would be my short journey to that, and I
Awesome.
know thank you.
That's awesome. Anybody else want to share that part of it as well? We'll never take late flight again. Okay, Suki is giving us some feedback there. She says we'll never take a late flight again. Such an inconvenience. Koran, just give me a second quickly. Okay, that's about it that Suki said. You can go ahead, Ankoran.
Well, I was supposed to leave on Thursday because I was going to spend some of my son in Pretoria. But my flying partner had some other ideas, and that ideas cost me 4,000 rand to get to Pretoria. You believe it? Anyway, I was thanking him very much because we left Friday evening. But before we left Friday evening, he took me to supper at Discovery. Man, and we spent about 3 hours in the lounge. It was so fantastic. We managed to get to our plane in time, and we were just looking forward to the summit. This was a different way of getting to the summit. Normally, we just go in time, get on the plane, get to where you are. We stay with my son. He takes us to the summit, and Afterwards, we used to go for supper, but he had to run away because I think he missed his wife. But be that as it may, we had a fantastic, it was completely different. Guys, I'm telling you, go to the summit, go to Bloemfontein. This is where your business explodes. I've learned so much now. I was out today making contact. You know, you get the negatives and the positives, but just keep on keeping on. I was just gonna, I just want to end the, what I like what Brandon said there was, you know, new people is like giving birth, help them to achieve their dreams. I thought that was crazy. Thank you, Russell.
Awesome. Sevi, did you want to add something? See you unmuted. Siatolo, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I would also want to share something in relation to our journey, my team's journey to the summit. Because when we caught a ride on the big bus in which another Botswana team was traveling, and somehow there was something that did not sit well with us, because we ended up having to find our way to our accommodation without the bus actually dropping us where we were. And you know, the team was kind of very uncomfortable about it, and we were kind of moaning about it. And amongst in the team, in my team, there was this guy, Morris Pizzo. You know, he just volunteered to kind of counsel us, the whole team, and make us accept the situation and turn it into something positive. You know, like it was like he was an asset, and we learned a lot from him. Thank you very much. That's what I wanted to share.
Awesome. So I think that is probably the key of why I asked that question. Now, thanks for that, Siatolo, because it's a nice way to end off the segment of the training tonight. And that is that, you know, the journey for me, the actual summit or the convention, it starts from the time you leave home, to me, because there's so many things that inevitably things are just they're not gonna go exactly according to plan. But somehow, somewhere, you find yourself at the event. Somehow you find yourself making these connections with people that you never had before. And somehow, somewhere you find yourself learning and growing, like Uncle Ran said over there, where you're actually just better poised to make your business a success by the time that you get home. And that, I think, is really awesome, the way that these events work. And you know, there will be times that we won't be able to make an event, and in that case, a lot of us will come back and give our testimonials and our feedback like we are now. And you can still learn something from that, as long as we try to get to as many as we possibly can. And it also helps our downlines and our teams to see that excitement and see that growth in us when we go. You know, sometimes what you do in your business, and what you do in terms of going to the events, in terms of growth, sometimes that growth isn't only for you. Sometimes that growth is actually for all the people in your team that you want to uplift, and the people that you're going there to go and get something and bring back to them. It's not always just the information, is what I'm trying to say. Maybe it's that element, that's something that they can see in you that change, that improve, but they can't put their finger on it. But they know it's because you went, because you're different now that you came back. And maybe they want that something different, like Brandon was saying when he was giving away things, he was calling it a something. Maybe it's that something that you came back with, and the people can't put their finger on it. But they know that they need to get to these events because they can see the growth in you. So I think that is a really important point to end off with. And I just want to have a session. I know our Monday night sessions are usually half an hour, but is something that I think can really help a lot of people in their business, and that is the use of AI in your business. Now,
Russell, sorry. Can I just say something about the traveling arrangements that we've made for the summit? And I think it's
Go ahead.
important for people to actually to know this is not to book so late, because the only reason why we only got the flight at 25 past 8 because I had my cataract removed on the Thursday, and the Friday morning I had to go for a checkup, and I booked our flight the only flight that we could get out was 25 past 8, and then I think there was 2 people that was on the 20 to 9 flight. We only got to our accommodation, I think, about 12 o'clock. We only went to bed at 2, and it's very tiring. So I think, but that was the only reason why the team decided that we're going to fly together, because of my situation that I was in. Otherwise, we would have probably taken the bus the Thursday or fly out the Friday morning. So yeah, it is not a good thing to fly out so late at night, because especially if you have to be up early in the morning, the next morning, to go to the summit. So it does put a little bit of, you probably need a little bit of more energy the next day. And yeah, so I just want to say, people, if you book for the summit, book early in the year so that you can get, because closer to the time of the summit, the tickets are very expensive. And you can get a cheaper ticket if you book earlier. So yeah, that is just my 2 cents. Thank you, Russell.
Thanks for that, Rashida. It is a very important point, and something that we've been saying for many years, that a lot of us don't always, and I've also been guilty of this, even this past year as well, is that we don't start saving up early enough. So now we have time now to actually start putting money away. Open a separate bank account, or have an envelope, even if you must do it that way, and put money away so that by the time you get halfway to the next summit, you already can buy your plane ticket. And like you say, then you'll save on that. If you just buy the plane ticket alone, you'll save a lot of money. And then the accommodation can come next when you find a group to buy or to pay for the accommodation with, because then that will be cheaper as well. So yeah, thanks for that, Rashida, that reminder. I'm gonna close the segment of the meeting by just stopping the recording. So thank you for those who are watching the recording.